there. My name is Lily Molina. This is my name sign. I'm a member of YES Intern here. So what is the YES program? That is a Youth Engagement Steward. I focus on deaf youth for my internship. I'm networking within the community here for Cabrillo National Monument. Previously, I had volunteered at Cabrillo back in 2020 down at the tide pools. So during the 6 months that I was here, I was coming every month, and I absolutely loved it. And the park really recognized that deaf people were, coming, that there is a large deaf community here in San Diego, and they wanted to network and outreach and invite them to the park. So they set up the internship position in 2021 as a science educator, and so I got that internship as a part-time position. So I was here for 16 weeks as a part-time intern, ASL and science communication, and that in 2022, here I am starting my college journey. I'm going through finals, trying to get all of that done. I got through my finals and I'm like, what am I gonna do? All of a sudden I was contacted by AmeriCorps and asked if I was interested in a position here as a deaf youth engagement steward for San Diego, right here at the Cabrillo National Monument. And I was like, why, absolutely. So I applied, went through the whole application process, got my resume in, got my cover letter done, sent that in, and just waited excitedly, and I got it. But it was a full-time internship, 40 hours a week for 12 weeks, starting in June and going through that August. So I was trying to envision, how can I have a deaf youth-focused program? So that's when I went ahead and partnered with Deaf Community Services. And within Deaf Community Services, they had the Youth and Family Services program, and they have an annual camp called the Deaf Youth Literacy Camp. And so I've assisted them previously, and so I wanted to partner with them, and I was like, hey, I'm at Cabrillo National Monument now. You've got the camp. How about I work with you? And then we try to work things out to have the campers come here to the Cabrillo National Monument for one day to celebrate the end of their camp, just the wrap-up day, as an in-person for the campers to really get to know each other. But we really were engaging these kids, and then we got them involved in tie-dye. They were doing craft projects. They were learning about how to advocate for themselves, learning how to be more expressive and dramatic in their signing, self-advocacy as deaf individuals and as part of the deaf community. So we got the idea of doing seed bombs. The seed bombs are clay mixed with soil from here at the park and water and also native seeds. So for the camp, we went ahead and made the seed bombs, and they got to throw the balls of seeds. And the reason they were in clay was so that the local animals, birds and rabbits wouldn't be able to just eat the seeds and take them away. But the seeds were there ready for the rainy season, then the clay would dissolve and we'd have brand new plants growing in our area. So we made the preparations for the campers, made about 40 seed bombs. That's about 400 seeds we were able to spread, which is just phenomenal. And the campers had so much fun. They brought the t-shirts they had tie-dyed that they had done during the Zoom camp, and we were representing. They had their pride with their camps. We had a total of 3 campers that had come into the park. We had parents coming as well. Everybody was able to understand each other and share their backgrounds. And then we were able to do the tour. All deaf people were on the tour. So I had my sign language interpreters, and they were interpreting away just in case the general public was nearby, happened to hear and wonder what was happening with the tour. So they were able to listen in on the tour, and they were able to get exposure. The general population got exposure to sign language and being able to hear the sign language presentation. So it was amazing. It was absolutely fun. It's not only the deaf community, but those who use American Sign Language to communicate and want to develop their signing skills. I was able to answer questions and help people learn, what is this? Who's Cabrillo? Tell me more about the history. What does this statue mean? We've got this statue up towards the front. So I was giving all the information about this park. I absolutely really appreciate this opportunity. So it's been really, I've learned, word of mouth is really important. Word definitely gets around, within the deaf community. When deaf people find out, oh, I want to go do something really cool, and they found out about this and were able to come here. I'm also very grateful for the ASL accessibility that's been able to be provided by my presence here. people out in the general public see me out on tours and they're like, oh, they've got it. You're deaf? Yeah, I'm a deaf person. They're like, wow, I have a deaf friend. I don't sign, but could you show me this, a couple of signs? Sure. So I'll teach people a few signs, and they're really appreciative. And I'm like, hey, let your friend know about this, trying to get the word out about the program, and word spreads. It's just been amazing. So my mother had sent me a picture of my great-grandmother who had moved here from Chile. And I'm a fourth-generation San Diegan, thanks to her. And my mother found a picture of them standing in front of the statue of Cabrillo. But in the previous location, the statue's been moved a few times, so she was standing at the original location where the statue was. And I'm like looking at the picture going, well, that's the same statue, but it's in a different location. And but here, my great-grandmother was right here where I'm working, and I'm just flabbergasted by that. So I feel like I'm walking on my family's footprints, and able to see where my Avi and my Tia Gabi had been, and their great-great-granddaughter is here giving all this information and tours to the public. Wow. So thank you so very much to YES, and also to the Stewards Individual Placements here at Cabrillo National Monument, for this opportunity really to be able to come out to the deaf community even more, this community that I love and really wanted to give back to. And thank you so much to YES for empowering other communities that may not always be able to come to these parks for a myriad of reasons. So it's just been great. Thank you so very much. So come visit here soon.